The key balance exercises if you're over 60. Hi, my name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years and I specialize in helping people with balance problems learn to walk again. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 key exercises that everyone over 60 should do to maintain their balance and improve their strength. Okay, we're going to do single leg stands. You're going to grab the back of the chair. You're going to shift all your weight to one side. And then you're going to try to let go of the chair and balance on one foot. Now the goal is to try to balance for 20 seconds on each leg. I'm not doing 20 seconds right now because most of the people that are watching this, 5 or 10 seconds is quite a bit. In fact, a lot of people might find that when they do it, they let go and they immediately fall back down again. They let go and poosh, their foot comes right back down. Why is that? I've learned over time that they're not shifting enough. Most people that have trouble with this, they're not shifting their weight over the leg they're standing on. So if that describes you right now, if your foot's coming right down, shift even further. That means lean your weight more. Like I'm on my left leg right now, so I'm leaning to the left. If I'm on my right leg, I'm leaning to my right. You can lean your torso, you can just lean your weight that way. You can even put your hand out a little bit to balance. It's extremely important for your balance to be able to stand on one leg. I always say this is literally the best exercise that anyone can do to improve their balance, because what we've learned from the research is that balance challenge is the best way to improve your balance. And this really challenges your balance. If you can stand for 20 seconds on one leg, you're probably not going to fall. People that have trouble with this are at great risks for falling. So practicing it, if it's not too hard for them to practice, if they can practice it, this is a way to very quickly improve your balance. Now, if you're getting tired, you can stop. You can also sit down and rest a little bit. We just have a few more to go here. And again, you might not be doing as many reps as me because you're standing longer than me, which is good. Keep trying this one. Over time, it will get better and better. We're just about done, and that was the last one. Okay, now we're going to do something called turn training. This is actually practicing turning the correct way. So watch me do it. You're going to face in one direction. I'm going to turn my foot all the way the other direction and turn. And then I'm going to do the same thing this way. Some people might call this an about face or 180-degree turn. I've got my chair here just in case. Now, if this is too hard, you could just do a quarter turn and then a quarter turn. But you'll notice what I'm not doing is crossing my legs. There's been so much research on this, and what they found is that when people fall, most of the time it's because they cross their legs or their legs are very close together. Whenever you turn, you actually should turn this way. If you ever watch professional football or soccer on television, you never see those people, the players, crossing their legs, especially if they're worried about being tackled or being knocked down. Crossing your legs is definitely makes it more of a challenge to maintain your balance. And if you're worried about your balance, you should never do that. So it doesn't help to practice turning by crossing because it actually makes things worse. The reason we're practicing it this way, now I'm going to do the full turns, is if you repeatedly practice turning this way, it'll become more normal to you. And hopefully when you're out and about, if you have to turn suddenly, you'll turn this way, which is a lot safer, a lot less risky of falling. It also is a good way to practice your balance because you have to weight shift and do something else and swing your balance around as you're doing it. I'm going to go back to the quarter turns now. We're just about done with these. Just a few more. It's okay to practice the quarter ones, but the half ones are good too. And I think we're just about done. Sidestepping. You're going to grab the back of the chair and you're going to just take a single step to your left, bring your other foot over, and then you're going to take a single step to the right and bring your other foot over. So this is a way of practicing something that we all do, but we don't realize we're doing, which is stepping sideways. When you lose your balance or if something bumps into you, it's very important that you have the ability to step sideways. Now you notice both my feet are coming off the ground when I'm doing this. I'm not just sliding my leg to the side. If you're doing that, that's fine. But I would recommend hold the chair if you're sliding your foot and really practice doing it correctly, which is to have your foot leave the ground. If you do that, then you're actually practicing the motion the correct way with weight shift. For you to lift your foot off the ground, you have to shift your weight to the other leg. Now the goal would be to do this without holding on for the full 2 minutes. If you're struggling with this and you need to sit down, that's fine. You can rest as often as you want when you're doing these 2-minute exercises. It still will benefit you. Just keep trying for the full 2 minutes. You can sit down and rest for 10 seconds and then stand up and keep trying to go until the end of the 2 minutes. And you don't need to take a really big step sideways to benefit from this, even just a little step. And it's fine if you're holding on, you're still practicing stepping sideways. A lot of people tell me this is not a hard thing until they try it and they realize it is difficult, especially if you haven't been practicing it. When you walk forward, you actually need that ability to step sideways to keep yourself balanced. Even if you're not stepping sideways, you're still using the same muscles and the same technique. Almost done here, just 1 or 2 more. And good. So now we're going to do heel to toe walking. I'm going to grab the chair, I'm facing in one direction, and I put one foot in front of the other, touching my heel to my toe. I'll take another step, then I'll turn facing the chair, turn the other way and do the same thing, heel to toe. I only think you should go about 3 steps. I'm in a very tight spot here, so that's all I can do. If you can go 4 steps, that's fine too. I probably could if it wasn't for that bar right there. Now, I'm holding on. The goal of this is to do it without holding on. You want to get to the point where you can go like this, a couple of steps. You don't want to get away from the chair though, because you always want that chair there just for safety. Now, when I do it, I'm actually touching my heel to my toe. Even if you just get your feet closer together, for some people, that's enough of a challenge. That's good. Keep doing it that way. I've seen people that this is the most they can do, because normally those people are usually walking with their feet very wide apart. So this is a time to just practice a more narrow gait pattern. Now, believe it or not, a normal pattern is to walk one foot almost directly in front of the other. You're not supposed to touch your heel to your toe when you're walking. But during this exercise, you're doing that because you're trying to practice with a very small base of support. And it is a challenge. You can certainly hold on to the chair as much as you want while you're doing it. But over time, you should start letting go of the chair and really trying to balance yourself without holding on. If you want to rest at any point, you can. You don't have to do it the full 2 minutes. I think we're almost done with this exercise. But you do want to keep trying to go heel to toe. Okay, our next exercise is to step over an object. I'm using a rolled up towel. I'm just going to put it in front of me. You can use whatever you want at home. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab on this first time with one hand, and I'm going to step over with my right leg and then step over with my left. Now I recommend that you give yourself a little more space than I have right here to do it. I'm doing this just so you can see my motion. But if you want to stretch the camera out, if you want to stretch it out a little bit and have the chair more in front, that's fine. And I am alternating my feet. So first I'm going my right leg forward, and then the right leg back, and then my left leg forward, and then my left leg back. You can do it however you want, but I recommend making sure that both feet practice going over that. This is definitely a balance challenge. It's something that with practice, it actually makes your balance better. It makes you feel more stable and more secure. But a lot of people struggle with this. This is the kind of thing that really makes people hesitate. And that's why I practice it so much. Doing things that are challenging to our balance is how we improve our balance and definitely how we maintain our balance. So if you're not doing stuff like this on a regular basis, your balance suffers. And over time, those programs that we developed when we were young, they get more and more rusty because we're not practicing challenging our balance. So if you're at home and you've not been doing stuff like this and you look at this and you think, this is just too hard, grab the chair and try to practice it. We're almost done with this, just a couple more. You can rest whenever you want with these exercises, but 1 or 2 more reps here. I think that this is our last one. Okay. I hope you found this video helpful. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this.